Hi everyone, so today I have this new set Diamond Press brought to HSN to review. It's the Advent Calendar Stamp and Die Kit. And Diamond Press did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. And any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I will make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. Let's get this guy open. See what this is about. Oh my goodness! I already see a house and I'm like, how cute is this? Oh my gosh, all the different little pieces. So let's open this up and see what these guys are about. Sorry. Alright. Over numbers, of course. It did say Advent. Advent calendar. So we have these little pieces. Decorate house with stamps. Okay, so I'm kind of seeing what that's about. And then we put it together. Oh my goodness. Bottoms of each one. Oh, okay, so each one makes a little house for each number, you know. How cute. Oh my gosh. I mean, you can use a little house for just about anything. And, you know, filled with gifts or things like that. It's a gingerbread man. I love his little accessories are separate there. So with him, you would cut him out and then accessorize him however you like with the stamps. That's really sweet. Door, window, you know, different type of window, I suppose, or we'll see what that is when we get to it. Little icing, you know, what could be the stamp and die for like this little kind of candy cane stripe. Little gumdrops and all kinds of sweet things. A little wreath. Oh my gosh. Your little Eve. And some other little decorations. Super cute. I think this will be really simple to put together. It just depends on how much you want to decorate it, right? So let's check this out. So these are the stamps. Again, we have decoration if you want to do like the little shingles on the roof there. You know, lots of scallops. Again, that candy cane stripe. Little tree. Some little texture and things. Little face. All the little sweet things for our little gingerbread man, the numbers. And then here we have the dies. Again, that base die to make the house itself. And then, you know, everything to cut out all the different little bits to make it very easy. And it comes with an elongated folder. So I'm just going to grab some papers and we will get started. Okay guys, so with the step one, it says to cut two of both house pieces. So I'm going to make a pink house. Why not? They have a pink house in the example, and I think that'll be fun. So I'm not sure exactly how much I'm going to need, but these dies are a little bit larger. Let's put this to the side. Took the kids to school. Got a little chilly. A little sweater on here. Okay, let's see. So we need that and this. And there's lots of other things you can do with these guys if you want to, you know, cut the windows into the actual box, or if you just want to do it later. Like this one here has a little holes, but it doesn't cut the edge, right? And you can use, and there's two of them, so you can do it once, which is really nice. This one makes a little window that you can just pop on afterward. So, you know, there's different ways to use this set. And you can think about that later. They actually talk about that in step 2. But for now, I'm just going to run these guys through. I just kind of want to see what's going on. So this is A4 size paper, so it's a little bit different. Like, it just fits this. And if I had a standard A2 size paper, which is probably what you have at home, this would fit across really easily. And you can probably get more of these, you know, in that one piece. But since I have A4 size, I have to do this a little bit differently. So I'll probably need 2 pieces of paper, because I'll cut another one off of here, and then I'll cut these 2 from another sheet. So when I come back, I will have those guys, but I'll just show you real quickly just so you can kind of have an idea. Just gonna fussy cut this. Now you can take your guillotine or cut it a different way, but I'm just gonna cut right down this. Or if you have a larger machine, I would just leave the paper intact if it's big enough to do that, and then roll them through that way. But for now we have that, and oh, I used all my little pieces of tape. I usually have some stuck here on my table so I can just keep reusing them. But it looks like I've reused them plenty of times. So I'm just going to put that there. And here, and this is big enough where I can just hold it really, but I went ahead and put a little tape. And you know, I like to use well-loved folders, just to show you that even if they're curved like this, it'll still work. And of course, if you have any machine, I might have mentioned that already, that's not a marquee, any machine that'll cut thin metal dies will cut diamond press dies, and vice versa. Anything that you have from another company, you can run through the marquee as long as it's a thin metal die. I'm doing this rather slowly as not to shake the camera too much. And there you go. And I don't know if you noticed, I tilted it just a little bit when I put it in here because so that way the rollers don't just hit this bump and then keep going. So it'll just kind of hit this area and then just smoothly, gradually go over the rest of it. So we have that guy. Little score marks, nicely, clearly marked. But I'm not going to score those yet. I'm going to go ahead and stamp on it while it's nice and flat, and then we'll score them. So let me cut the pieces that we'll need, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys. So we have 2 of each piece. And so now we're on to start. Yeah, so this is where you're going to be doing your decorating. Well, some of it, if you want to stamp it. And if you're not going to stamp it, then you can use, you know, so if we look again at the stamps, we have all these cute little, like, dots, little, you know what, I think that's actually decoration for the tree, which will be very sweet. Let me see. Yeah, look at that. Okay. You know, and the icing, all kinds of different pieces that you can use, but what I'm going to do right now is I think I'm going to do mostly die cutting because that's just what I enjoy the most. And so I'm going to do a little stamping, but I'm going to do the little bricks just to give texture in the background. His little face is so cute. Maybe we'll put a number on there, because I think they showed the number later on, but if you're going to, right here, like they put 13, you know, on it. And then they did a little decorating here. Now if you want to use white like they're using, I'm going to cut, I think, glitter paper, some white glitter paper with these little pieces that'll look like icing, little icicles, you know, however you want to play with that. So there's, you know, lots of different ways to dress it up. So I'm going to do a little bit of stamping and then some of the icicles. So I just want to see something real quickly. Just looking at what they have there. Oh, okay. Yeah, so as you can see, this little top part is where it kind of comes together. Trying to see how I want to orient this. So this is the roof part, so we would put like the icicles. If you want to stamp now, you can stamp that white pigment ink or whatever ink color you would like. Or, you know, embossing watermark inks and then put maybe like white embossing powder or whatever color. Oh, gold would be really cute, wouldn't it? Whatever you want to do. So this area would be the brick area, and then the front and the back of the house. And if you want to put a number on one of them, so we'll probably do that. What I'm going to do is just, I don't know if I think I'm just going to do it randomly. I was going to put it in the stamp positioner, but it's probably easier doing it this way. And all I'm going to do is add texture, so I don't have any plan. It's just going to be here and there, you know. And I usually like to stamp off the edge even. So I'm just using like a light pink that kind of, you know, not kind of, but that does coordinate with this. And just adding a little texture. Like I said, there's no rhyme or reason. And even wherever you put the windows, it won't matter. It'll just, you know, we'll pop it on top or however. Super cute. So just a little something like that. I'll do the same with this, and I'll be right back. So that's done. Again, just randomly here and there. And it's just a little bit. You can add more if you like. Let's go ahead and stamp one of them just so that we have a little number on it. And that can be the front, it can be the back, you know, wherever you want to put it. Usually I think with advent calendars you want to hide the number, right, so then the person's looking for the little number, or, you know, however. So if you want it on the front of your item or on the back, let's do 24. And this time I will use stamping press, and I'll just choose one of these guys. This is the front and back. These are the side pieces. But if you want to put your number on the side, you know, put it wherever you like. I'm just gonna put that there. And so cute. I'll put the number 24. And I'm just eyeballing that. And I'm just going to use my VersaFine ink. Some really nice sticky pigment ink is what it is. And I'll just push that one down. Yeah, looks great. Now versifying does take a little second to dry, so I'm going to leave that while I do that to dry. Like I said, if you wanted to cut the windows into your little box, you could definitely do that. Just add both of the dies. Again, they include 2, so you can do it nicely and easily all at once, and run those through. And I'm going to add my other little portions after I die cut. So I think what I'll do is go ahead and put them together like they're showing in step 3, and then I'll probably add the die cuts, because sometimes I like to add die cuts after I'm done, right, on the top of the little house. But maybe it's nice to have it nice and flat so you can make sure everything's nice and flat, and then put that last part together. So I'll probably adhere them like this so I can see exactly where I want to place some of the die cuts. So I'll be right back. I'm going to clean this off and we'll move on to that portion. Okay, so let's glue our little houses together. I'm going to do it just like in the picture so that you guys can just follow along. It's relative, I mean, it's pretty easy. You're just going to glue the tabs there. Again, I do like scoring before we do all this other stuff, so I'll just quickly give these all a little score. I'm not like bone folding them or anything like that, but if you want to, you can definitely do that. Just giving them their little scores, and pretty much everything's going to turn inside or inwards because we're trying to make a little box, right? So I'm just doing that real quickly. And it's one after the other. I'm going to start with number 24 over here, as they did in the example. And just another quick little score here. Aw, little pink brick, so cute. Okay, so something like that. And I'm going to glue these guys together. So just one after the other. I'm putting glue right up onto the edge of that guy. And I always hold things in the air for some reason, I've noticed, but if you want to, oh, you know what? You know how I stamp my bricks? I like the way this one looks better with this one. So I'm just going to switch that out. The other one had the 2 bricks kind of right next to each other. Okay. And so you can kind of play with that after you're stamped if you know, want them arranged a certain way. Or even stamp after you have this all together, you know. You can kind of have a better idea of where you're stamping. Okay, and that's pretty much it. I'm just making sure these are like right on the edge, so when we go to make our box, it looks nice. I'm just going to move over just a little bit. That glue holds pretty quickly, but you know, you can still have time to mess around with it. That looks pretty good, so that's good. And then I'll keep going tab to tab. This guy. Apparently I was a fan of putting them down at the bottom. Alright, there we go. And then I'll put glue a little more on this one and then add it there. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so we have that. And I have this piece of white glitter paper that I'm going to cut into, but when I mentioned gold, that would be really cute too, with the little swirls. But I'm going to take that, and like I said, I'm going to die cut mostly everything. So just looking at, you know, skipping on, even though I haven't formed the house yet. You know, some of the little inspo here, super cute. Maybe I'll do the white with the icicles and stuff. So this, I will cut a few times. Probably twice, I guess, for the sides. So twice on that one. This one I'll cut several times. That's what I'm going to use for the little, you know, icing on the top. So maybe 3, maybe 4 on either side. We'll see. So I need several of that one. And then this little piece that goes in the front of the house. So right now I'm just talking about the icing, and then we'll go from there. But for now, this is what we have. And I think that's all I'm going to cut. Okay, I will be right back. Okay guys, so I have a few pieces here. This one I just cut a square and I cut one side and then the other. But, alright. So again, you know, we can place these now, you can place them when your house is done, however you want to do it. I'm just going to go ahead and place them now because that was what my plan was. And then we'll cut, you know, definitely a little gingerbread man. Have his little house. The other thing I like doing with gingerbread like this is just cutting on craft cardstock. Maybe doing a little inking so it looks like baked. So I'll do the same for this one here. I'll put that guy on there. And then, let me see what this is looking like. Okay. We'll pop these little guys in. So I'll clear them out and just make sure that they're ready to go. I'm doing this way or this way. That's a good question. If I go like this, I probably do them this way, huh? So I'll glue 3 of these little guys. How cute is that? On this side. How funny. So cute. And then these little guys are just going to be on the very edges here, so I'll glue that one down there and glue this one here. And of course with little skinny guys like this, I like to put glue on the back of my hand and just give her one of these. And again, this little icicle stuff for icing, you can put it anywhere. You can go on the sides here. Super cute. I'm using it as the little shingle detail. So I will be right back once all these things are stuck down. Okay, so these are all freshly laid down, so we'll see. Hopefully I think the glue will keep them down. I didn't wait till they dried is what I'm trying to say. So now we're going to go ahead and form our box shape, which we could have done previously, but like I said, I wanted to just have this all ready to go. And we can keep these out like this if we wanted for now. And I'm just going to bring that around. And again, I just decorated it now, but if you want to decorate once it's formed into your box, then you can definitely do that. So I'm just going to hold this here, and usually what I like to do with something like this is I'll try to put it down on my surface like this, on this last part, and then just make sure you put your hand in there or like a scoring tool just to make sure that tab is touching. And let that set up, and I will be right back. It's just going to take a few seconds. Okay. And so in this last picture, they're kind of showing it like as if this was all opened up like this, you know, which it's kind of already closing on itself, so I'm not going to force it open to look like this, but that's what they're showing there. So just tuck in 2 of the sides, then 2 of the other sides, but on this one we're just going to put glue. You can put glue on every layer if you want, but it's not necessary. And then just lay this one down over that one. And they all nestle in really well. So as I do that, I'm going to make sure it's pretty squared up. And I'll push down at the bottom towards there. And I'm just going to let that set up. And I'll be right back. Okay. And so there's our little house. And then on top, I'm just going to tie it together with some ribbon there. So that could be the front or the back, again, depending on if you want it to be pretty easy to find the number or however. But my experience with advents is that the number's kind of hidden. I guess it depends on the type of advent you have, but anyway. So I am going to think about the front here, and I think I want to do a door, and of course a little gingerbread man, and possibly a tree. And I was just kind of thinking, do I want to do this in a way that I color it, or like this one, you know, craft cardstock and then do the little face on it and everything. So I think I'm just going to color them. So I'm going to do everything on white paper and then go from there. And that glue that we put on the back of your hand, you can just rub that right off. Get yourself a little microdermabrasion or a peel or whatever you want to call it. All right. Okay, so I'm going to take this. I'm just going to stamp a few things. And like I said, I always give myself a little room in between them just in case the die, you know, how far the die might go around this. So, and some of these have different levels, so I'm going to do that first. And then as far as the gingerbread man, actually I'm going to cut that one out first of the paper. And let's do a door. So right now I don't have any windows, but I think I'm going to, you know, with this being here and possibly the little tree and the gingerbread man, I don't know, maybe we'll do one circular window. Yeah, sounds good. So I'm just going to stamp these, just ink them up and stamp them all in black ink, and I will be right back. I'm going to use hybrid ink, that way I can, if I change my mind and I don't want to use alcoholic markers, I can use water-based markers or watercolor or however, but I'll be right back. Okay, looks good. And then I'm going to stamp one more thing on the little tree. Of course you can use different colors, but I'm going to color them in anyway, so I'm just going to take this and layer that on my little tree here, wherever I think it might look good. Just about there. And we'll ink that up. And I'll just color those in. Aww, How cute. Okay, what I'm going to do with the gingerbread man, again, I'm going to run this through. And then I will be right back. We're going to put, you know, the little details and then I'll color them in. So I'm just going to run this through white paper and I'll be right back. Okay, cut this little guy out of this little white paper. Now I'm thinking I'm just going to eyeball this one. So let's get a little bit closer. If you want to use your tools, you know, definitely the stamping tool, but I'm just going to eyeball everything. So I have his little face. And you can put it straight or you can do a little something fun, but you know, that does turn his eyes too, so look at that. Okay, and then I just placed that right back on here. He has his little bow and buttons. So I'm going to stamp that one just about right down the center. Now I could have stamped that in red. You know, it just depends. If you're using craft cardstock to start off with or like a brown cardstock for him, you can stamp these things in color and you'll be done. With the white, of course, again, I would use like Versum Mark ink or something like that where it's going to be, let's see, how do I want this? Like this. Where you're going to use embossing powder or however. Now, I'm going to place a little scrap behind. Hold on, sorry. I just don't want to get ink on this surface here. And I'm just eyeballing that clearly. And I'll turn it for this one so it's similar as the other one. The little arm ones. And his little leg ones are kind of start up and down so it doesn't end in a certain spot, so that's fine. I'll just put that here. Aw, so cute. And here. Okay, so let me grab my alcohol ink markers so we can color our accessory pieces and I'll be right back. So I have a well-loved mat down here. I think for him, I'm not going to color him with markers, but you can. I mean, it's just, you know, it's the same as if you were to have stamped it, but it's cut out first. That's all. So I'm going to use this brush corduroy. I think that's a nice color. We'll see. I'm just going to start out here and trying to get this nice and fluffy. Cute. And I'm just going to continue coloring him until I'm happy with his color that he gets. Oh my goodness. So I'm kind of sticking towards the edges and bringing a little color towards the inside because, you know, he's a little more toasty on the edges, just like a cookie would be. And that's basically it. That's all I'm going to do for that guy. And then for these, a little more over here. Maybe we'll put some little rosy cheeks on them, but for now I think that's good. Oh my goodness, so cute. On these guys I'm just going to choose some colors, and I have my mega marker kit here. I just pull the inside, take the whole thing. Let's see, for the tree itself I'll use these colors. And these are the grass colors, so I might, you know, it's a very small tree. Not very small, but small. A lot of times when it's something small, I usually just go with like this medium and dark or light and medium. It just depends. And you see I'm just laying color in here, making it look kind of fun. It's a tree, it should have a little texture. So I'm not trying to be too perfect about it. Kind of trying to miss the little circle areas. And then this is dark. So let's see about how much of that we have. So again, just kind of playing with that, adding a little bit here and there. Again, not going too wild with it. And if you really want to, I mean, you can add like underneath the bulbs, because that'll give them a little more texture. And I don't even know if I have to go in with medium. I'm going to go back to the light and just kind of pull that in. Again, just kind of fun. More of a cartoony look, really. And then maybe I'll color in the little bulbs with my glitter gel pens. That way they'll have a little sparkle. So I just look in here and, you know, grab whatever I feel like. Kind of pink. Oh, so cute. And again, just randomly here and there. And I'll dot in some other colors. Windows, same thing. I'll probably put in our window and the door a little yellow, kind of mixed in with a little orange. And then, you know, I don't know what color I want to make the doorway itself. Maybe I will make it pink. And I'll just color in pink. And then we'll see what I decide to go with the little window itself. But let me see one thing, actually. Okay, perfect. I wasn't sure if this is going to cut holes like this one does or however, so no, it's not going to cut holes. So yeah, I'll definitely color in the windows, and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm done with those, and I'm just going to take the same rose. I used Rose Color Family to color in the little like outline of our window and their door, and I'm just going to take the medium one just to give him a little something on his little cheeks. Aww. Okay. And so these guys, I'm just going to match them up with their coordinating die, or corresponding die. And I'll get those cut out, and we'll put them on our little advent box, and then we'll measure the box before I forget. So tape those down, run it through, and I'll be right back. Now I focus on decorating the front. You know, we put a little number on the back and things, but if you want to decorate, you know, all around, that's up to you. I'm just kind of putting in your mind, like, okay, if you're making 24 of them, it doesn't take a lot to make them all look adorable. So I would, you know, focus on the front. If you're gonna make them advent, if it's just a little gift box, then, you know, go for it. I just want to do a little bit, show you how cute they are. And this is it. So these do have white edges. This guy colored him in. He doesn't have any. If you want to, and we talked about that in the past, it's just like a color that sorry guys, that coordinates or that you might like, and you just go around it and then you use your dies, and then you'll have not a white edge if you want to not have the white edge. But I will be right back since that person also knocked. Okay guys. I should be ashamed. It was my mailman. We have like a shared post office box, you know, in front of the house, so like everybody in this cul-de-sac goes there, and it's right in front of my house, literally right in front of my house. And he brought me all my mail because I haven't checked it in a while. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. He's like, it's okay. He just bundled it for me and put it on my doorstep. Okay, so here we go. That's great. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna glue these little guys down. Again, I'll probably pop these guys up. Oh, it's so funny. I had left the lid off of this when I went to do other things, and it worked, and now it stopped up. There we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna decorate it simply like this. Put these guys flat down. How cute. We have gumdrops, we have candy. I mean, there's just all kinds of ways to decorate, which is really nice, because if you are going to go for it and make the whole advent, you have plenty of ways to make them all look different. Aww. Okay. Let's see here. I am going to pop those up with a dimensional glue. So I'm just going to put a little dimensional glue on the back of them and just pop them up right here like this. Okay, and I will be right back. So normally I would let that set up because I'm going to pop this up and put this here. And I just put him kind of off to the side. So cute. I mean, you can put these little guys wherever you like, but... Aw. Okay. So on the very top, I'm just going to string that through and measure the box. I will not forget to measure the box. I don't know if I'm going to put a bow or not. We'll just do that. How sweet. Yes, we're doing a bow. And again, so you can make it so that the box that people can peek in if they would like, but normally I keep those things a little surprise. And I usually singe the edges of my ribbon just to make sure that it doesn't come apart. But there it is, super sweet. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's give it a measure. It's a nice size box, I can tell. I can tell. Well, obviously I'm looking at it. Let's see. It's about 3 inches wide in the front, and then 4.5 inches tall, and 3 inches deep. So, I mean, yeah, it's basically a 3-inch square. and then 4.5 inches tall. That's a good size. So there it is. So hopefully you guys had fun watching that. I'll have some pictures for you. Thank you so much, Diane Press, for sending these items for review. And I'll have the links in the description box. Ready to go. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.